Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of You're Our Unity. We are a show that wishes to create a spirit of peace and love in the world, one person and one viewer at a time. We wish to highlight real people with real stories who are committed to basically contributing to the change and the love and the peace that this world needs right now. My name is LaShawn Walker, and I am your host, and I am so grateful that you decided to join us again for another episode. Please come in, like, share, and follow. Let everyone know that we're on right now because we're going to have an amazing show for you closing out Women's Month. It has been an amazing month. I've highlighted some really, really awesome women the last few weeks, and I want to thank them for being guests on the show and for imparting such wisdom and having such candid conversations with us. So thank you, LaKenya, Tam, and Yvonne Powell. Also, thank you, Heidi Felix, and also Ren for joining us and talking to us and sharing with us a little bit about you guys. So again, as I mentioned, Women's Month is coming to an end. Even March is coming to an end. Like, I can't believe how quickly the days are going by. I remember a time that I used to wish them away so quickly, especially when I was working in the office. It was like praying for 5 o'clock. And now I wish that I had more time in a day. So I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed your week and are holding on as much to March as you possibly can and getting as much as you can done before the end of the month. I hope you highlighted a lot of amazing women this month as well. I know I loved on a few people a little bit more than I do usually. I've been speaking to my mother a lot lately, actually, and sort of being grateful for the things that she kind of instilled in me. And again, just being in a company of such amazing women, dynamic women who are, setting paths for the younger generation and who are also blazing trails for themselves and who are doing great things in this world and are contributing greatly to their lives and others. So I'm just very grateful to be part of what I call that sister circle of women. And knowing that this month is something that every month I think we should celebrate women. This particular month, as it's winding down, I did have the pleasure of being on a show last weekend, I believe, that it was called Sweet Vibes Cafe with Ren, actually, and a whole host of amazing panelists who we discussed the wealth and the health of women today, women tomorrow, everything about us internally, externally. We delve deep into some serious topics. I learned a lot because the panel was so informative and very educational. I mean, for, a woman in, a certain age, we like to learn things about our bodies and about our minds that we typically wouldn't care about or even question because, we think we're invincible sometimes. But I did gain a lot of information and a lot of knowledge from these amazing women. The topic that I was able to chime in on was basically, how do you gain wealth from your gifts? And not that I know what gaining the wealth from monetarily is, but I know that I've gained a lot of wealth spiritually from the gifts that I know that I am purposed to share with the world and that God created me to use. It took me some time, honestly, to discover them. I mean, life happens, and I've mentioned that a few times, that you have all these dreams and aspirations in life, but you also have to take care of family and you also have to take care of home. We all have gifts inside of us, and it's just a matter of us, discovering it and uncovering it and developing it. This pandemic caused a lot of people to come out of their shell and enable them to discover the creativity that they have inside of them. So many businesses have started during the pandemic that people normally wouldn't have had the time to create because of the fact that they had these 9-to-5 jobs and, family members that they had to cater to. But I find that we have really birthed a whole new generation of innovators and creators. And this is the large portion of these are women who were either at home taking care of the family, or women who were out in the workforce and who were now relegated to working, at home in front of their computer like me, and decided that it was now finally time to start your business. It was a scary task to take on. I didn't want to just, dump my job. I love my job, actually, and I mentioned that a few times on this show, but I do know that my passion is far beyond, what I do during the day. So basically, me discussing, how do you turn your gifts into wealth with the audience last week, I just wanted to share with the women out there that if there's something in your heart that that you were put here to do, I want you to please go out and pursue it. There is no better time than the present. There's no reason to wait to pursue your dreams. I don't want you, growing up with the woulda, coulda, shoulda type of mentality. That's not what we were created for. And I want you to go out there and uncover exactly what you're good at. And usually it's something that you're really happy doing. And usually it's something that you do effortlessly. So when I say, utilizing the gifts and capitalizing on it and actually gaining wealth from it, it doesn't necessarily have to be monetarily, but I will guarantee you, if you find your spiritual wealth, and that is your contentment, that is your peace, that is your happiness, that is your joy, then there's no doubt in my mind that monetary wealth will then soon follow. So the amazing guest that I have for you today will also be discussing and sort of highlighting the topic, and also giving us an idea of how she turned her passion into a paycheck. And that happens to be the title of the show today, Turning Your Passion into a Paycheck. It's easy. Like I mentioned, there's so many people during the pandemic that were sitting at home and they were knitting, they were sewing, and they were creating, and they were singing and writing poems. They were doing all of these amazing things. And now they're starting businesses. I have LLCs. I have friends that have hit me up on all these social media, like my company, like my business, please purchase this. And it's because now this pandemic obviously enabled us to be the creative people that we were created to be, or it gave us the time to actually focus on something that made us happy. So I want to discuss that with our amazing guest who did that very thing. She decided she was going to leave the corporate world and she was going to pursue her passion, and did what made her happy. So let me introduce my amazing guest. Her name is Lori Overton, and she is a passionate and creative world traveler from Mount Vernon, New York. A graduate of Cornell University, Lori also studied abroad and became a wine aficionado with much study and expertise on the subject. Traveling since the age of 8, Lori's adventures have taken her to 5 continents many times over. Lori worked in financial services industry all over the U.S. for over 20 years, enjoying the monetary benefits and gain, yet unhappy with the long hours and mental strain. Lori would treat herself to fascinating excursions around the world for relaxation and rejuvenation, enjoying every minute and sharing the experience with those she knew, and even began traveling along with her. It was during this time Lori found her passion for creating unique travel experiences that uplifts and inspires others. Lori realized many people have the desire to travel, but do not do so for various reasons. So after 20 years, Lori quit corporate America and Overton Travel was born. Lori is a true inspiration and will talk with us about pursuing our passions and turning it into a paycheck. Please help me welcome our beautiful globetrotter, Miss Lori Overton. Welcome, my beautiful friend. How are you?
I am doing well, and thank you for that fabulous introduction. I was like, whoa. I need you with me all the time. I was like,
Let
oh
me
my
tell
God.
you, oh girl, I am known for my introductions. I really, really am. And that's only because I take the best part of you and I highlight it. I mean, when people say that to me, I'm just so floored because this is you. I'm only just basically telling your story and maybe putting it in my words. But the fact is that that was all you, my love. That was all you. So
Thank
how
you.
are you this evening? It is so wonderful to see you.
I am great. I mean, I have a captive audience and I get to talk about travel for an hour. It couldn't get any better than this. So
I love that. I love that.
Yes.
Okay.
It's wonderful.
Well, give me 1 second and I want you to tell the audience all about you. And first, tell us a little about your time in corporate America, because again, I'm telling the audience today that our discussion is going to be on, turning our paychecks or turning our passions into a paycheck. And you kind of did that. I mean, you were actually immersed in the financial services industry. 20 years of it, from what I understand, you was making some pretty good cheddar there, my friend.
Well, that's all relative. But basically, I worked, I right out of college, I had a job in financial services, spent over 20 years working for Fortune 500 companies. And I enjoyed it. For most of my career, I would have to say I enjoyed what I did. I loved the project that I was working on. It afforded me a lifestyle that I wanted to live. And I travel when I work as well. I've always had a lot of vacation time. So work was good. But I kind of always knew in the back of my mind that was not my passion. It was okay. And I had that along the way, because even in college, like, to take a step back, even in college, I have an engineering degree. So wow. Yeah, I know. So let me tell you, it's been a long road to get into the traveling. So to get into the travel agency, majored in engineering. Then I went into financial services, and it was okay. So I was living in an okay life. Then I would say around 2016 or so, around 2016 or so is when things start to get uncomfortable.
Oh, wow.
I was like, you know what? I don't like my job.
Wow.
From like, I don't like my job to, oh, I hate it here. Oh God, you didn't put me on this earth, to work all day and not enjoy what I do.
Right.
And then I started looking at what really makes me happy. And in 2012, I had started Overton Travel just as a hobby. I had never planned on doing it full time. I love to travel. Like you mentioned, I studied abroad when I was in college. So when I was in London, I got a chance to travel throughout Europe. Even as a child, I traveled to Africa and to Europe, in my teens. Wow. So traveling has always been a part of me. I just thought I would do it on vacation. But so I started Overton Travel, and I would just do one trip a year, one group trip a year. Right. And I even remember when I started, my mother my mother's now passed on, but when I started, she said, "Don't mess around and lose that good job you got."
Well, that's my question, because she had to know that job was definitely affording you some pretty good perks there, my friend. Well, I mean, before you even did that, let me ask you, there had to be some sort of fulfillment working in corporate America. I mean, besides the financial stability, what else did you gain out of it? What did you get out of it? Because I have to think that from 20 years for you to stay in that, there had to be some type of fulfillment, some type of enjoyment at one point, right?
Oh, of course. In the beginning, it was great. Like I said, I loved my job. I had projects I liked. Some were great, some were okay. But it wasn't bad. It was just it was okay. Right. So I traveled even with work sometimes. Oh wow. My coworkers were great. But it was just like a progression. What I have learned is that when it's time for you to make a move, you have to be uncomfortable. You're never going to make a move when everything's good. So when work was good, or work was just okay, I didn't think about quitting.
I know. Wow.
But when things start getting to the point where it's like, ooh, I don't like this, I don't want to be here, then you start thinking of alternate ways.
Something has to change.
So, I'm a very spiritual person. So I think that God is saying, all right, girl, I got to make you uncomfortable before
exactly for you to change. Well, let me ask you. I understand you have been traveling since you were young. Who was the globetrotter? Who was the one that started you on that path? Was it your whole family? Your mom, your dad were always traveling? How did that start?
I would say with my family, we were the typical. We didn't do any globe trotting with my family. We did like traveling around the U.S. I specifically remember me being young in like second or third grade and starting back to school.
Right.
And you know how you have to write what I did over the summer, when you
right.
And I came home and my mother said, how was school? And I said, I had to write what I did over the summer. So she said, what do you wrote? And I wrote what I had done. She said, didn't you write that last year or the year before? We gotta take you somewhere next year.
I love that.
Yeah, she's like, didn't you write that? She's like, told my father, Frank, we gotta take this girl somewhere. So then I think the next year we went to like Florida to Disney World. Right. And then the following year, we may have driven up to Niagara Falls and up to Canada. So we would, in the 70s, we had that burgundy station wagon with the wood paneling on, and we put the luggage on top, packed up. My brother, my sister, my cousin, we had the whole station wagon full. My mother would fry the chicken, that whole thing.
And we
get in the car and we would go.
in the Winnebago. In the Winnebago. I hear that.
Yeah. And so that was that. And then I was very fortunate enough that in high school, we had an African American history teacher who would take a group of students to Africa every year.
Oh, wow.
And so when I was 6, I know that was great. They don't do that anymore, but
yeah, I know.
But yeah, that was very instrumental in my life. So I was fortunate enough to go to Africa. We went to Senegal and went to the Gambia, went to West Africa.
Wow.
And it was the first time I had my passport and everything. And it was a group of us. And that was really life-changing for me, honestly.
Amazing.
That first trip, I remember writing my college essays on that trip because you go and you see the world for yourself. And particularly in Africa, particularly during that time, that was when the Ethiopian famine was going on.
Okay.
And the only images that I remember seeing in Africa were the starving children.
On TV, run every single, to feed the children. Yes.
All you saw was children with bloated bellies and villages and
flies,
fly, or like the old movies like Tarzan. You see naked women. You don't see any positive images. And when I went to Senegal, and we stayed in a beautiful hotel, and the beaches of Banjul.
Wow.
And you just start saying, oh my God, this is gorgeous.
Yes. I can imagine.
You start, it's not all poverty.
Right.
It's not all poor. People are beautiful people. They
exist.
They're living good lives. So when you start seeing for yourself, what things are like, it makes you want to go and see more and more and more. Similar situation in South Africa when I went to Soweto and saw the Black Diamond area.
Wow.
There's this population of Black South Africans that are doing very well.
Oh, wow.
And so they call them the Black Diamonds, and the house, beautiful home, but you don't hear.
Right, you don't hear about that. Exactly. The struggle. That's all you hear from a Eurocentric perspective. That is it, and that's really, really sad. And I actually had a show about that not too long ago, the cultural divide, because of what we are subjected to here in America and what they show us and portray is not exactly what's going on in the world. So that is what my next question is. I mean, considering that you've traveled even at a young age to all of these amazing places, what did you see in terms of the actual people? How different are we actually? Because I know I've traveled quite a few places. I'm also a world traveler. And when I tell you that what I get from people is they are enamored by me. I went to Israel and they're like following behind me like I'm this big movie star. And I'm like, what's going on? And they want to touch you and they want to, like take pictures with you. And so, I mean, I see the love there and I also see the commonality. So through your travels, what did you experience in that regard culturally?
Yeah, exactly. I would concur with all you said. We are some Black women, and sometimes you forget how people think you're beautiful. They think your
Mm-hmm.
hair is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
They think your skin is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, different places around the world. We're very unique. I found, particularly in Asia, particularly in China, they are fascinated with just Black people in general.
Yes.
Fascinated.
Oh, yes.
You know, like the first day you arrive as a Black person, you're like Beyonce. You're like, oh, everybody's snapping pictures of you and everything. By day 3, you're like, no more pictures, no more pictures, no more pictures. You're just like this, you know. You're like,
Yes,
oh, no more pictures.
paparazzi,
Like, all right,
paparazzi.
you're just like, no more.
Wow.
So people are fascinated with us, but really, what I've learned is that we are more similar than we are different.
Right.
Different. I mean, I love looking at children in particular.
Mm-hmm.
A child is a child no matter where you are. A child in Thailand, a child in South Africa, a child on the streets of Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
They act the same
Yes,
way.
they do.
They walk and don't look where they're going. You know what I mean? No,
yes.
No matter, every child would do that. The mother or the father's pulling them by the hand.
Yeah.
They just do that. You know what I mean? Every father, every mother, no matter where you go, all they really want is for their family to be happy.
Yes.
They want their children to be fed, to be clothed, to be housed, to grow up happy. That is the crux of our being all over the world. So we may have different skin colors, we may have different languages, different hair texture, but the inside of us, we're all the same. And I really think that people should travel more because, you know, racism and prejudices and things like that, people are afraid of the unknown.
Yes, they are. Yep.
So once you go out and you see people and you meet people and you see they're more like me, that can kind of temper those fears a little bit.
Yeah.
So you got to get out and see for yourself. If more people left their surrounding, I think this will be a better world.
I totally agree with that. And I also must add to that because I feel like that even within the United States, I have family members and friends that have never left the state that they're in. Right? And I don't understand how you can fully understand the vastness of the world and fully understand the complexities of people and the complexities of the world if you stay stagnant in one area of the world. It makes no sense to me. And to think that, you know, you see the world or you understand the world from your perspective without ever venturing out to even try to see it from a different perspective is a total disservice to us. So I agree. I was that girl who was afraid to get on a plane. I'm going to take you on a little story journey here. So I was that little girl that was afraid to get on a plane. And then I became a woman that was afraid to get on a plane. And it was my friend who is now my travel bae, my best friend, Charlene. How you doing, Charlene? She said to me, you've got to start living your life. You got to get out. You've got to, you know, conquer this fear. You've got to. And then one day I was like, you know what? I'm going to do that. And I got on a plane, took my husband on a surprise trip to Mexico. And when I tell you and Mexico, you know, not that far, but just to get on a plane to go to a different country, something I've never experienced before, to see different language, to immerse myself in a different culture, to eat different cuisine, authentic cuisine. It was amazing to me. So it was like no longer me having the excuse. It was now, where am I going next? Where am I going next? Like, who's going to take me to my next place? So from there, the travel bug hit. I did not want to stop. And I've just been doing it ever since. And I feel that it broadens my horizons. It increases my knowledge of people in the world. It fills me with more love and compassion. And that's why I wish that more people would do it. I really do. So let me ask you, I mean, knowing that, again, you were a child who loved to travel. Did you ever think that this would be your life? That this would be, you know, how you would be spending your 9 to 5, or rather your 9 to 9, traveling around the world for a business?
Not at all. I mean, honestly, this was never in my cards. Honestly, I didn't find my passion. My passion found me.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because it felt like I said, I was an engineering major. I was good in math and science. You know, I worked in financial services. Right. And actually, I was reluctant to take this journey as well, because I was like, Lori, you need to be doing something more technical. Travel is not you're not supposed to be doing this travel thing.
That's
travel thing
fine.
is just a hobby.
Right.
But I kept pulling. Travel kept pulling me. As I was doing my job, I didn't like it. And then one thing I need to tell people to do is seek out help. If you're unhappy with something, I actually got a coach.
Nice.
I spoke to one of my friends, my friend Catherine. I'll give Catherine a shout out here. She introduced me to a coach. I said, Catherine, I just wasn't happy. Like I told you, I just wasn't happy at work.
Right.
I just wasn't fulfilled in life. And I said, I got to talk to somebody about this.
That's
and
great.
I hired a coach who said, hey, what do you want to do? And shout out Todd too. He said, what do you want to do? And then, it was hard for me to say. I think I want to do travel. I'm not sure. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I think I want to do it. And then, so we started exploring. So I went from that one trip a year that I was doing. Then I like, oh, let me do 2 trips a year, 2 group trips. I do group trips.
Wow.
2 group. And then people signed up. I was like, oh my God. Okay.
And were these like people you knew, or these were like strangers? How did you get these people to sign up?
You know what? Word of mouth is powerful. So so my first couple of trips were people I knew, some from my church, some from family, were for my first 2 trips, I would say. Then it spread. You create a website. I created a website. I started emailing, then word of mouth. So I don't, most of these people, I don't meet them now until I see them on a trip. So it's just like one person tells another person. So your reputation is really important.
Key. Yes.
Because people will just, if your friend said, hey, I went on a trip with Overton Travel, you just you trust their word and people sign up. Yep. But yeah, like I said, this was never in the cards. And then when I talked to somebody about, I think this may be it, then I set the plan into motion. So to your point, turning your passion to a paycheck, it doesn't happen overnight. This was probably 2 years in the work.
Oh, wow.
Doing this. So this was, setting up a plan. Okay, when do you think if travel is what I wanted to do, when would I make that break from my corporate job to my own business? So you have to plan it. Put together some milestones and what would make you feel comfortable with taking that leap.
Right.
Because anything without a plan is just a wish, right?
Right. Yep.
So,
you're right about that.
Yeah. So plan it down and make those steps of, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this. And you don't have to tell everybody.
Exactly. That's right.
Work it. Don't tell the world what you're doing. Because you're gonna get those naysayers. Yeah. Work in secret. I have a very small inner circle.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah, you have that inner circle, and you need that person in your circle that's going to have your back no matter what. Okay, girl, go ahead. Do it. If it don't work out, I'm going to bring you some. I still got your back.
Exactly.
I got your back. You can play with me. You got that girl to come be like, go ahead, do it. I got you. Then you have that friend that's like, okay. I have this other friend who's like, all right, Lori, do you think about this? Do you think kind of like my voice of reason?
Yes, you need that.
Yeah, supportive though, not like to say, oh no, don't do it. But hey, do you think about insurance? Yeah. Do you think about healthcare? Do you think about all of okay? Once you thought about this, then I think you can. So you need that. You need that small circle. But I had stopped working for a while, and people didn't know it. They're like, really? I was traveling. They said, Lori, how you get so much vacation time?
Wait a minute. You had stopped working and you were traveling. Were you traveling as building the business, or did you stop traveling? Really?
So in 2018, in the fall of 2018, September 30th, 2018 was my last day at work. So by the time I quit, I had already built Overton Travel up to something that could sustain. Okay. Me. Yeah, it's the same. So that's important. That's important, audience. Listen to that. Yes. You don't just say, hey, I'm going to quit my job. No. You have that plan. This is my plan. I'm going to put. So it was a good year and a half, 2 years in the work. Okay, I got to save. You got to put away. You got to build. Look, you got Corona right now, right? Yeah. You got to build. You got to save for a rainy day. Put your plan into place and then work your plan. But then when I quit, so like people around me, because then I just went from. I still work. I always work. Then I just worked Overton Travel full time.
Oh wow!
So I didn't make an announcement and say, "Hey, I quit my job," whatever. I just went straight into working Overton Travel all time. And then when people saw me going on all these trips, 7-8 trips, like, well, how do you have so much vacation time? I'm like, oh, I'm working. Yes. And then I'm like, oh, okay. So when you're working on your passion, you don't need to make an announcement.
That is so true. That is
Yeah,
so true.
yeah,
Keep it to
yeah,
yourself until you get it to where you're comfortable sharing it with the world, and
yeah,
then you take it from there. I love that. So,
yeah,
let's tell me a little about the travel company. I mean, I see that we're flashing a few pictures up
yeah. I
there.
see.
Yes, please tell us. I mean, I know that again, you said that you got a coach and you decided to figure out what your actual gift was
Mm-hmm,
and what your actual passion was, and you realized that it was, immersing yourself in different
mm-hmm,
cultures and traveling
mm-hmm,
around the world. So just tell me a little about your travel experience and
mm-hmm,
how you were able to incorporate your feelings and your experience into your now company, Overton Travel.
mm-hmm. So Overton Travel, we specialize in group travel. I plan all types of trips, but my specialty is in groups.
Mm,
And the reason that happened is because, myself included, a lot of times you want to go somewhere and you don't have a travel buddy to go with you.
true.
People have different budgets. People have different time. When you have time off, they don't have time off.
Right.
So I began. I traveled alone. I love solo travel as well. So I would travel.
Really?
Oh, I went to Japan by myself. I was in Thailand by myself. I was in South Africa by myself. Yeah. I have no fear.
Wow.
I'll get on the plane and just go.
That
So
is amazing.
yeah. So I would travel by myself, or sometimes I had signed up with a group and
Right.
would travel with the strangers. I talk to anybody. So I'm very comfortable in different surroundings. And so when I started Overton Travel, I said, let me put together some groups, and because people are comfortable traveling in groups with like people, especially when you're going to far off places. So Overton
Mm-hmm.
Travel, we specialize in doing group travel. We specialize in doing travel, bucket list travel. My passion are those, like that's a picture of Egypt. That's in the Valley of the Kings right there. That's
Oh,
flashed up.
wow.
So that was a great group. So I want to take you to those places that you may not feel comfortable with going on your
Mm-hmm.
own.
Okay.
And all of my trips, you go on my trips, everyone knows they are not vacations.
Mm-hmm. That's
I tell
right.
people, I said, sorry,
They
but not sorry.
they're
You will come
work.
back tired because it's work. We will,
Mhm.
you will get indoctrinated into the culture of
Yes.
the country. So it's not just a trip to go see sites and check off list. Okay, I saw
Yes.
the pyramids, I saw this, I saw that, I saw the Eiffel Tower, and you're done. No, we're going to learn. We're going to have a tour guide there to
Mm-hmm.
tell you about it. So you're going to come back, you're going to learn something. I
Mm-hmm.
call travel classroom without walls,
Mm-hmm.
because you're always going to learn something on our trips. You're
Yes.
going to eat the local food. People always say, well, Lloyd, what's the food like here? What's the food like there? And then they get there and they try it, like, oh my God, that's great.
Yep.
Um, so that's what it's all about.
I
But you're
love
going to be
it.
comfortable as well. You're going to
Right.
get a nice accommodation. And so it's great. So most of the people that come with me, some of them have their room, a lot of them have their friends that travel with them. But I have
Mm-hmm.
a lot of single people, that solo travelers.
Really?
I say you may come by yourself, but you're never alone.
Well, you
So
inspired that, obviously.
yeah,
I mean, for you to be able to do that with no problem, I'm sure
mhm,
you encouraged a lot of others.
yes,
So they were traveling by themselves, coming on the trip. But like you said, they weren't never alone. You had
mhm.
more people. So go ahead, continue.
No, yeah. So it's great, and so that's one of my favorite parts of the trip, of just doing trips in general, is the camaraderie that people make.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So people become friends with other people on the trip, and then they
Mm-hmm.
become little buddies.
Yes.
Sometimes I'll talk to somebody like, oh yeah, I went out to dinner with Gail last week or what have you. I'm like, well, how do you know? I'm like, oh, we went to Bali together, or and they became friends. Or I'll post something on Facebook, or I'll see one of my clients post something, and I see another one of my clients like it or respond. I'm like, well, how do they
Mhm.
know each other?
Oh my
Oh, they met on the
God.
South Africa trip. So it's the camaraderie that I love, that happens during these trips.
Mm-hmm.
Also, people get over some of their fears. I've had several clients tell me, Lori, I was so nervous about traveling here. I was so nervous about going to South Africa. I was so nervous about going to China. Thank you for organizing this trip for me.
That's
Thank you
awesome.
for making me feel safe and comfortable to
Mm,
take this journey. So
mm,
I feel good that, this person may this person stepped out of their comfort zone. I helped them step out of their comfort zone by organizing this trip for them, and they have seen the world. And I have a large part of my my client base are seniors. Seniors. Yes, I love it. They're like, you know what? We're not leaving the money to the kids now. You know, we worked hard. They got jobs. We are traveling. I love it.
God, I love that. I love that you say that. That's right. And you know what? And these are probably people, and correct me if I'm wrong, who have never been anywhere. And it's probably the first time that they've even had a passport. Am I right?
Some of them, for some it is, but I have some very well-traveled people, but they may not have traveled to Thailand. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Or they may not have been to Africa.
It's where they travel.
Cruises, you know, most people's introduction to travel, even myself included, was I've been on 10 cruises. I used to cruise a lot. I used to go to the Caribbean a lot. You know, those are comfortable, and which is a nice way to get started, which is
right.
But to actually get on the plane and go to China, you know, to go to Ghana, you know, to go to Dubai, Greece, to go to Dubai.
Yes, I know.
So places like that, that's a little bit more foreign, that's new to them. Or to ride a camel. I'm like, you can ride that camel. So it's people stepping out of their comfort zones. I had a client who was afraid to fly long flights. She was like, Lori, I don't want. She really wanted to go to South Africa. She's like, Lori, but I don't like long flight. You know, she went and got like medication from the doctor to calm her nerves on the flight. During the trip, she came up to me and said, Lori, I didn't have to take it.
Wow.
You know, I didn't have to take it.
That's awesome.
And so now she's gotten over that fear of flying. So it's just wonderful. Or people who you know, travel agent can also be like your psychiatrist or something like that, because people tell me all their problems, and I always say we have privilege. It doesn't go beyond here, but people will open up and they start talking to me.
Right,
and
that's
people
awesome.
Need the trip.
They do.
People need to travel.
They
need change of environment.
Yes, they
do. It's good for the mind, body, and your soul.
And the soul. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you don't have to make up your bed for a week. You know, you don't have to cook your food. If just for a few days, you just left the mundane normalcy of your everyday life behind.
Yes.
And you got out of your element and you were just free. You had no responsibility. And let me tell you, I plan everything on my trip. People don't, you know, people don't read the itinerary sometimes. They don't know what we're doing. They wake up in the morning and Lori,
where we going? What we doing?
What we doing? Lori, I know you planned everything. I'm like, yeah, but you didn't read the itinerary last night. So literally, in the beginning, I used to be concerned about that. I'm like, what? But now I realize
it's the trust.
It's the trust.
Yes.
The freedom. Yeah. So I've earned that trust. It's the freedom.
Yes.
It's so many, especially women and men, we are in control in our day-to-day life.
True.
We control everything, right? So to be able to take a week, 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever it is, and relinquish that control, knowing that someone else has things handled, that right there is good for the spirit.
You're right. That's priceless.
Yeah. I tell you what time to get up in the morning, what time to eat breakfast, what time to get on the bus.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't listen to
handle it, everything. Exactly. You know what? It takes us back to our childhood when our parents had to wake us up, and this is the time you're going to eat, and this is the time you're going to do something. Life was good. Life was simple. So that's what you brought back, and I love that. So I could imagine the stories that people tell you after they've come back, and or even what they've shared with other people in regard to the different cultures and the diversity that they had to sort of immerse themselves with and experience while they were away. What were one of any one particular story or fascinating eye opener that a client actually told you or said to you? Especially a lot of us are in a bubble and we don't realize how big this world actually is until we travel outside of it. So is there anything that comes to mind that someone said to you?
I mean, I just know, not one particular, there are tons of them, but I just know what a lot of the comments I get are just on safari in South Africa. They didn't dream that they could do this ever before.
Yeah.
So some of the things I got was, Gloria, I never dreamed that I could do this.
Wow.
I never thought that I will be able to see this.
Yes.
So the most of the stories around, thank you. I didn't think I could do this. So, you know what? You opened my eyes to the world and to different people. And then they want to do it again and again and again. I have some clients to take 3-4 trips a year with me.
Wow.
Literally. Especially the ones that are newly retired.
Wow.
After you've been retired. I mean, literally, I do. I have some very, very loyal clients that will go 3-4 trips. And in one year, she didn't take, I think 2 years ago, she only signed up for one trip with one particular client. I went to her, I said, you didn't sign up for that many trips this year. She said, Lori, I've been on all of them. So I was like, I need some new ones. All right, I gotta make some new ones. So no, that was an eye opener for me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm like, so now I'm adding in places.
Well,
yeah, it's great.
Well, how are you doing so many trips a year? Please tell me that you have some type of ambassadors or it's okay, great, because
so
that
now,
sounds like a lot of traveling every year, my friend.
Yeah. So now I need help, which is a good problem to have. When it came to the point where I actually had to get an ambassador when I was still working, because I was working full time. And South Africa is probably my most popular destination. And I had a trip planned for South Africa and it sold out.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh my God, it's sold out. I can't believe it. And so I had to create a second trip for other people, but I didn't have enough vacation time to lead it. And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So I happened to be talking to someone and was telling them about my problem. And I said, I need somebody to lead it. And she's like, oh, I will lead it.
I'll do it.
Oh my God, I'll do it. And it was someone I trusted who had already been there, been to South Africa before. And so it was great. So from that point on, I now have a team of about 6 ambassadors, Overton Travel ambassadors, who I trust wholeheartedly to represent Overton Travel the same way that I would treat my clients, the same care and respect, that I do. So I've been so blessed to find these 6 ladies who represent me, who represent the company when I am not there.
I love that.
So when they lead the trips and I'm not there, I'm in contact with them every day. We talk. Even if nothing happened, I said, just tell me everything's okay. But we're in communication every day. If an issue arises, they call me right away. That they can take care of most of it, and but I want to know about it. I said, you know what? If issues come up, that's life. That's fine.
Right.
If you can take care of it, do so. But then just let me know about it later. So sometimes they just handle it and say, Lori, we had this issue, but I handled it, and that's fine. So I've been very, very fortunate.
Well, let me ask you. I mean, now that you've been able to employ these 6 ambassadors and the pandemic hit, girl, what did you do? What did you do? I mean, I know you probably had a whole host of trips planned for 2020. How did that bode for you? I'm sure not well.
No, 2020 was hard. I was actually. And luckily, I got 3 good trips in 2020 before we had to shut down. I was actually in Brazil.
Oh wow!
When the U.S. started to shut down, I had to come back 2 days. Yeah, I had to come back 2 days early. From Brazil, and we came home, and then that's my last trip right there.
That picture. I love that.
Yep. And so that was in Brazil. I had a small group who went to Brazil, and we actually had to come back 2 days early because airports were shutting down. So I get back, and I didn't know how bad things were going to be. So I had, and 2020 was going to be my best year, right? So 2020 is everybody's best year. I had more trips planned in 2020 than ever. I had my own goal set about how many clients I was going to book and where we're going to go. Everything was rolling out smoothly. I actually had my largest group ever booked in 2020. I had a church group. I had over 70 people from a particular church. I had 2 trips that they were going to do. So
that's amazing.
But yeah, it was amazing. So anyhow, so that hit, and then I had a couple. So I came back in March. So I started canceling my April trips and my May trips. Then I canceled my June trips. And then July, I was trying to hang on to them. And I worked harder canceling trips
than you did creating them.
Then I did creating them.
I know.
Creating them.
Wow.
I am very proud. I'm very proud to say that every single person that had a trip booked with me that got canceled got every cent back.
I love that. Oh, that's amazing.
Hang on to anybody's money.
That's wonderful.
I was very Yeah.
And let me tell you, so that means that you're going to have future bookers of these trips, my friend. They're probably waiting with bated breath right now for the next time that you have a trip, because I know you got through 2020, right? Everything is getting better, and you're now starting to open. I mean, because now that everything is opening up, I think all we need is a vaccine. Proof of vaccine, right, for us to travel?
Well, that's still to be worked out. All of that with the vaccine passport and things like that, it will probably eventually get there. We don't need it right now, but I see that coming. It depends on where you're going. To travel now, that's why you need a travel agent. I'm just putting a plug in here because each country has different requirements. Some countries require that you have a COVID test done 3 days before you go. Some are 5 days. They have different. Some countries don't require any COVID test. Like if you want to go to Mexico, you can go there. But no matter where you go, when you come back to the U.S., you need a COVID test to get back into the U.S.
I see what you're saying.
So that's the requirements are changing.
I see. So what type of trips do you have now on the horizon? Because I know when we spoke the other day, you was telling me you was working on some stuff. So should I be putting some money aside, my friend? Should I be
put some money to the side? I am super excited. I have gone head first into planning for later 2021 and 2022. Because you know what? I said, Lori, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That's what I tell myself. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So
you heard that, audience? You heard that, audience? Stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Yeah. Because people keep asking me, Lori, where you going? Where you going? So I got kind of nervous. So I just went all in. So for later this year, so I'll tell you what we have on the horizon, and I'll run by quickly. Later this year in September, I have a trip based in the U.S. It's a civil rights tour, actually, of we're taking us from Atlanta to Memphis. I don't do too many U.S. trips. So for y'all who wanted a U.S. trip, it happens like once a year. So and it's so, the timing is so appropriate. I won't delve too much into politics, but we need to know our rights now more than ever. The civil rights, everything that happened in the 50s and 60s is still happening again today.
Oh yes.
So know your rights. So that's the civil rights tour. I'm very proud of that. Then in December, end of November, early December, we're going to Thailand.
Nice.
That's one of my favorite places in the world. Wow. I love Thailand. And then also for next year, some of the things that I'm working on, I haven't even talked to people about, but just today, I solidified going to Colombia, going to Cartagena.
Nice.
In February. A lot of the things I like to do where possible, I like to talk about the African culture or the Afro influence. So Cartagena has a large population of Black people, Africans, so there's the Afro-Colombian culture.
I love that.
We're going to learn about in Cartagena. We're going to Dubai.
Nice. I love
March.
Dubai.
Everybody loves Dubai.
Yes, I love Dubai.
That is
Dubai.
Nice.
Yeah. So you have some of. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I do real quickly because now you got me rolling. I'm going to Ghana. I got a plug. I know. I'm sorry.
Well, we
got Ghana in July. Yep.
They're gonna definitely be rich. I know they do. And now that everything is opening up and people are so getting cabin fever that I am sure as soon as a trip drops, especially if it's within their financial means. And let me tell you right now, all of these trips with all of these airlines, they're begging people to come, So I am sure that you will definitely be getting quite a few calls, my friend, for some trips. So real quick, before we go and I move on, what do you have? What kind of advice do you have for the women out there who pursuing their passion, looking to pursue their passion and still have a paycheck? What kind of advice would you give them before we move on?
Keep that paycheck. Don't, a lot of times people don't see the work that goes on. Like you may see somebody that's successful, right? And you may think, oh, they quit their job or they did something, but you don't know all the steps that they took, right? So hang on to that paycheck until that passion can sustain you.
Yes.
You will sleep better at night.
Yes.
And make a plan, like determine what will make you quit your job. And also, it's not, I got to quit my job tomorrow. No, it's a progress. You can work your passion more and more and more and more. It's not like, cut dry. You can work your passion and your day job simultaneously.
Yes.
And then when that passion overtakes that day job, that's when you make that make that change.
Yeah.
So work them all. And you, I mean, I would stay up to 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning sometime after working all day, working on people's trips. And that's when you know that's your passion.
Yeah.
When you're up and you don't mind.
Yeah. That's
so,
right.
So that's and plan it out. You know, if you know you're going to quit, you know, start up in that 401k, because you can't contribute when you're doing your own job. Start saving a little bit more. So start planning it. Cut back.
Yeah.
Because it takes money to make money. So when you start that business, it just don't start out of thin air.
Yeah.
So plan it.
Right. I love that. Thank you so much. Oh my God, Lori, you have been such an amazing guest, wealth of information, and those pictures, they're making me so jealous. I'm gonna have to go back through my Facebook page and go through all my previous pictures of all my trips as well, and just sort of, you know, remember the memories of yesteryear. But we will be back on. We will definitely be back traveling very soon, and I'm sure a lot of people will be reaching out to you. Real quick, can we please put up her outro information so we can know where we will be able to locate you? That is my girl Lori Overton at Overton Travel. Please take her information down and get in touch with her when you're ready to take a trip. She's got some trips that she's planning for. It's 2020, 2021 or 2022 you're planning for right now, Lori?
Both. So we have some at the end of 2021 going into 2022.
Okay,
so
perfect.
Q4 2021 going into 2022.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much again for coming and joining us. I want to get real quick to the meme to remember, which is the source of continuing aliveness was to find your passion and pursue it with whole heart and single mind. And that's exactly what our guest did with her life and her passion. She pursued it, and she pursued it with her whole heart. She didn't quit that day job too quickly. I mean, she was smart. She made sure that she kept her, you know, her paycheck coming on bi-weekly or whatever basis, just to make sure she was able to sustain herself. But the bottom line is that she pursued her passion with wholeness of heart, and that is quite commendable, my friend. Also, I'd like to now get to the Dare to Be You. And as I mentioned, my Dare to Be You, I have been putting up a calendar on my social media. So today's Dare to Be You from my calendar is to love yourself completely, deeply, and fully. Serenade yourself with sweet words of affection and devotion. Allow the melody to become you in motion. Love every single little thing about you and enjoy every single moment and every single second you spend with you. Today, you are your biggest fan. Encourage, inspire, and give yourself a hand. Love the you in yourself deep beneath what they see, showing compassion, giving grace, and being all you were created to be. I want you to fall in love with you. I'd like to thank my wonderful guest for coming. If you have a few words you'd like to share, Lori, about on the Dare to Be You, what would you like to challenge our guest to do today? Call you up and tell them we want to book a trip?
Of course. Of course. Call me up. Tell me you want to go somewhere. Tell me you want to go and go somewhere that you've never been. That would be try something new.
Yeah.
A new experience. Get out of your comfort zone, because you don't know what's on the other side, right? It's just like, you know, you're so afraid of something that may go wrong, but what happens when it goes right?
That's right.
It could be better than you ever had dreamed. So do something that's out of your comfort zone. Go somewhere new. Contact me. I will keep you safe. I will give you good advice. We will proceed with prayer. We'll proceed with caution. But we will proceed.
Yes.
You know, yes. Yeah.
I love it. I love it, Lori. Yeah. Again, you've been a great guest. Thank you for all the beautiful pictures. I know you made a couple of people jealous, girl, because we ain't been nowhere for a minute. I was scared to show all those pictures of you having fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my goodness. It will. But that's a good thing to remember. Do it while you can, because you don't know when you can't. So don't put off till tomorrow. Yep. So I know we got to go. But thank you, LaShawn, for having me. It's been a pleasure. Hopefully this conversation has helped someone out there pursue their passion, pursue their dream, or just enhance your life. So thank you.
so too. No, thank you. I really enjoyed you, and we will definitely be having you back. This was Women's Month. You're an empowering woman. That's why I had you. So I needed you here, but there's so many more months that we could discuss so many more amazing things. So trust to believe this is the last we'll see of you. So again, audience, thank our wonderful guest for coming and giving us this amazing information. Please reach out to her. Thank you, NYPVG Studios, and Peter and Joe. Thank you also, Chapters Rap Network, and my man, Steve Vaccaro. I'd like you guys to come back and join us next Tuesday between the hours of 7 and 8 p.m. And you can also watch the repeat of the episode tonight with my lovely guest, Lori, next week on Tuesday, channel 115, Cablevision and Optimum Altice between the hours of 6 and 7 p.m. I'd like to thank the viewers for watching again this week. I love you guys. You have no idea how much you mean to me and how much I enjoy doing this and coming into your living rooms, your car, wherever you are. I love doing this every week, and I want you to come back next week and join us. And if you have a story to tell, if you have some love in your heart, if you just want to show us that, you want to be a catalyst to the change in this world, please hit me up on social media, give me a shout out, and let me know that you're interested in being a guest on the show. I love you guys. I want you to have a blessed week. Thank you so much again, Lori. It has been a pleasure and a blessing. I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will see you on Your Our Unity next week. God bless.
Thank you.